9:23 for the birth of the virgin, right? From a birth of a virgin and born in the celestial firmament. Thank you for the markers you left that you spoke of in that book of Revelation. So thank you for all things, but thank you for that pagan lunar calendar 9:23. It's very important that to them. It's their dark celebrations, and we're not supposed to celebrate it in a single day. So thank you for all things. Thank you for creating evil. Isaiah 45:7. Create evil. Thank you, Father, for creating evil. All of this was created from the darkness in your perfection, your light. Not a big bang, not a theory. Hokadash, spoken into existence. Thank you for the word. Thank you for all things. Thank you for this covenant that you made from the foundation of the world. Thank you for creating the hados, the pressure from all sides to be pushed and pinched so we can fit through that narrow, straight gate. Straight is the gate, narrow is the way. Hados. Thank you for the hados. Thank you for the constant pressure. You can't breathe. You will heal all the pain. You will right all the wrong. Anybody twisted, you'll straighten out, but not till after death. So you must die to self, pornea daily, and take up a spiritual crucifixion, a spiritual suffering, a spiritual cross, and carry it. A yoke, not a cross, but he said cross is the crucifixion, the suffering. We must go through the ellipsis, Paul said. The ellipsis is tribulation. So no getting out of here early. No added words like planet or rapture. No rapture. The harposa calling up his elect to the sky, but that's not above our head. There's no gods or fallen angels from the sky. That's not what fallen angels are. So angelos, define, definitive. You must define. You must define. He is the aletheia, the truth. I am the aletheia. He said, I'm the pressure, I'm the pinching, I'm the theolobos. Theolobo. It's a long process. Father rebukes the hearts of the bride, only the hearts of the bride. He does not love everybody. He's an all-loving Father, but he does not love everybody. Elohim. There's no vowels in Hebrew, but yes, not Yahweh, but Elohim, the Most High, born of Bethlehem, not of Nazareth. Nothing good could come of Nazareth. They hung him from a tree, not on a cross. Are you carrying your cross? He says in Matthew, take up your cross daily. My disciples in Luke, take up your cross. Matthew, deny yourself daily, take up your cross daily and follow. Are you doing what he did? After. Are you doing what he did? Me. Are you doing what he did? Does anybody want to hang you from a tree? Emmanuel, the Most High. The Most High, the one that doesn't dwell in temples made by hands. Christ is in the hearts, written on tables. Tables, fleshy tables, remember? This is not under the law of flesh, but written on spiritual tables of the bride, inwardly spiritual testament, covenant, Shem name, not Elohim, but all of the words, minus the ones that were blotted out in the book of Colossians 2:14. What's written on stone, tablets, scrolls, is now written on the hearts of the bride. Sup, not with vipers, but with those that are in the narrow way. Do not partake in unfruitful. You'll know them by their fruit. Do not judge them by their cover. You'll know them by their fruit. Unfruitful works of darkness. Though I walk in the shadow of the valley of death, die to self daily. Deny themselves, die to death, self daily. Take up your cross daily. Be crucified, not loved. I hope the world hates you. Not to be loved, that's agape, not phileo. Not asking you, Peter, if you phileo me, do you agape me? That is love. Love is his commandments, 2 John 6. Walk and follow in the commandments. Luke, my disciples. Those that'll be the blood of the saints that are poured out on the nations that fornicate with the beast. In the book of Revelation. Welcome to the apocalypse. Welcome to the last pages of the book. That's right, not a phileo. Remember, I'm not asking you, Peter, if you phileo me. Do you agape me, Peter? Remember? Phileo, like your wife's rack, like your life, the rack on your truck. That's, iPhone, Apple, Did you take a bite of that apple? Who told you were naked? Oh, you're scared, go to church. Get out of here, child. You don't know Revelation. Speak up there, Jake, like you know something. I am Revelation. Welcome to HD Fat. Pastor Apocalypse, Pastor Revelation. Of course, we're in the last pages of Revelation. Church, oh, you swine, you silly. Tell me what the word hell is. Autumn. Define hell in the lexicon. You could use your e-sword. Give me the definition. He said, I am the Aletheia. Give me the definition right now. Hell. Revelation 9:11 says they have an angelos, a messenger. The definition of angel is messenger. Oh, no definition, huh? Of hell? No definition of abyss? Patos, busos? No. Patos, no busos, no abyss. My people shall perish for like abyss. Revelation 9:11. Give me the definition of hell or you're out of here, you temple dweller. He said that the Most High does not dwell in churches. Those are the one who hung him from a tree. Not a cross, you silly rabbit. New Year's does not start in the middle of winter. Satan is Jesus Christ. So tell me which Christ you go after, which Jesus, because those words weren't written in the text script. Which text do you study? Oh, I need more Jesus. Which Jesus do you speak about him? You said you go to church. He said he doesn't dwell in the temples made by hands. You silly rabbit. You go after Satan, Jesus Christ, birthed on December 25th. Satan, Apollyon. Yes, Jezebel. Baal, Tree, Krampus, Saturn, Kronos, Satan. Oh, you silly rabbit. The New Year's does not start. Sex with her mom. Tammuz, the son of Christmas. Krampus, Santa Satan. December 25th. Christ was born when the shepherds were in the field with the sheep. Jesus Christ is Satan, birthed in the middle of the winter, in the middle of the manger. Your Jesus has mange because he had sex with beast, man, and woman. Your orgy Jesus. So which Jesus do you go after? He was born when the shepherds were in the field with the sheep. Do not celebrate birth. What does it matter? That is idolatry. The only two birth dates in Scripture are Satan and Herod, who was trying to kill Christ. Remember, he knew of the king and the coming. He was all to have the firstborn. First to penetrate the matrix. April Fools. Silly rabbit, tricks are for kids. Your Jesus is your Jezebel. Jesus, your other, Paul said, another and another gospel. At a jot, you are Satan. At a tittle, you are the Antichrist. Not the Antichrist, but you are Antichrist. Oh, am I okay? Am I okay? Oh, you unstable. What are you going to do? Call the police on me? Swine, pigs, people in government, and little clown cops that roll around operating under Commerce. Oh, no, what are you going to call the Federal Bureau of Imbeciles or the ones at the top, Department of Jackasses? Oh, it was Department of Defense. Now it's Department of War. Okay, I don't sup with vipers. We have any moderators in here? That's what the channel's about, not supping with vipers. He said, don't sup, remember? You know I was a snake before you let me in. There's Marina. And then you let Joe Biden. Take your politics, you little spinning planet ball camp somewhere else. This square peg you got here doesn't fit in that round little American pie. Goodbye. We got a little swine in here. They're cleaning it up there for me. Sabrina, we don't sup with vipers. It's not this ain't a church. Remember, he didn't dwell in temples made by hand. It was a church that hung Christ from a tree, not a cross. Grow up, child. It's not 2025. It's soon. What is the date tomorrow? Let's see who knows what the date is. You think you even know what time it is? Tell me what tomorrow's date by calendar. You're not supposed to celebrate a single thing, not even the Labor Day. Who are you laboring in? Afterlife insurance. No, it's not 2025. You're Satan. Get out of here. Get Autumn out of here. This is Satan, Autumn. Huh. I'll make it cold as winter in Boulder. I'm taking over like winter. I'm making it colder. Oh, never mind. Stop it. Goodbye, Autumn. You're a Satanist. You're a swine. You're a religious pig. You celebrate. We're not supposed to celebrate. Especially on a lunar calendar, where they combine the lunar with the Satan, well, pagan. So, well, eat flesh. That's the Masse, M-A-S-S-E. Christ Mass. That's Jesus Christ, Satan, the sun god, birthed on December 25th in the middle of the new year. Winter. April Fools. 13. No, there's nobody 13. There's an adult only screen. Oh, a psychologist. Oh, David's, I need to take medicine. David wants me to lay down on the couch and take drugs. Goodbye, David. No drug pushing in here. Can't push drugs on people. Nope, we're not going to do it. Mr. Warp Speed, the #1 drug dealer ever. Ever. $2.2 trillion ever. It'll go down in history. History. It's written in a book. You ever hear of a loser? Shut up, loser. They didn't get written in the book, did they? Goodbye. Silenced. History. Remember? The majority. The silent majority. Get them up against the wall. Remember? What are you talking about, Libby? Put my Libby on the table. Oh, sorry, my bad. I was thinking about some canned vegetables there. Yeah, can't be 13. So what are you talking about? 13. Oh, somebody said that earlier. Somebody said they were 13. Somebody's just saying, I remember, because I have an elephant memory, remember? I remember. So, did you remember to remember? Are you cold as September? It's December. The birth of the sun god Satan. In fact, it's cold as hell. Rocket Man. All right, never mind. So somebody said something about somebody being 13. She was 13. So they're right. They just made, that's just a quote that somebody said earlier in the text. So text chat, it's all being documented. So, yep, there you go. See, Libby's just saying she was 13. I don't, something about 13. Thank you for being a documentation in here. Well, it is the Aletheia truth. That's what she said, but she's a Sex Pistol Cracker Jesus. Let me see your Decabye. Everybody get their hands up. You know what I'm saying? Uh-oh. What was that? Poop? That's Father. That's the Ram. That's the final trump. Remember? The wedding feast of the Lambs. Do you have any afterlife insurance? That's there. That's the Harper's Harp. Well, your name will be written in that text. Name, Aletheia. All the letters in the book, minus the ones that are blotted out. Sham. Not Jesus, not Yeshua, not Yahweh, not Yahweh, Hamashiach, but this new covenant, minus the ones that were blotted out. So if you go by the old, and well, You just ripped him down from the tree he hung from. Huh? How's that sound like a religion? It's about a contract between a bride and the bridegroom. Are you excited about being a bride? Then get out of here. Get away from me, Satan. Get behind me, Peter. Out that Brokeback Mountain. Get away from me there. With your triple gender Jesus God. Three in one God. Holy Mary, Mother of God. Blessed art. That's the deadly head wound that was healed in Scripture by Constantine. That's Satan. Are you that silly? Rabbit tricks of our kids. April Fools. New Year's does not start in the middle of the winter. It's not 2025. Go away from me. You do not know what tomorrow is, so please go away from me. Girl, don't go away from me. Mad Jezebel, just go away. Wait, you're the Broadway Jesus. Haha, you little Broadway Jezebel Jesus. He is the Hados. He is the suffering. Peace is Antichrist. Those who say peace and safety, sudden destruction will come upon for those who call out peace and safety. MAGA is the high priest of the Satan Church. Oh, MAGA. Little maggot. Silly rabbit. Tricks of her kids. Like a fly, like a flying maggot. It's the ram. Not a goat, you silly. No, turn up, turn down. That's the birth of Vesca Pisces. I'm supposed to celebrate birth. That's pornea. Idolatry. Well, the celebration of I'm not supposed to celebrate anything. Self is pornea. Idolatry, idolatry. You study any of this Greek or Hebrew? Can you please let me know tomorrow? Tomorrow is another day. It was the one that came after yesterday. I am the future and I am from the past. I am eternal. I never end. Like time. That's a doorway. Like death. It's an illusion. How could you ever die if you were eternal? It's like a doorway where one word, it closes, the other one opens. You're just afraid to die. Go live a little bit. It's not 2025. You're not on a planet. Father never created one planet. Don't listen to these people. They've been severed. That little round, whatever American pie they're sticking. I'm not sure that fornication Jesus. J. That's the letter last. The last one added to the alphabet, not Z. That's silly rabbit tricks of our kids. The New Year's does not start in the middle of the winter. April Fools. Alchemy Jesus. Fallen angel Jesus. Well, how about fallen angel tech Jesus? How about their super soldier Jesus? Oh, you don't know. Many Jesus, he said, many Christ. So you don't know Christ. You don't know the Hamashiach. You don't know Diddley. You don't know Halakha. You don't know Haggadah. You know the Targum, maybe the Mishnah, but you don't know the Torah. But we're not under the Torah, remember? Not the one laws, Agape, a flesh, Mishnah. Not that twisted Halakha or Haggadah, but the Agape. Huh? Aletheia. Huh? Hados. Huh? Haredzo. But as I am, Shiloh. Huh? Falls on deaf ears. I know. Somebody's going to say I need to take drugs. Somebody said I need to see a psychiatrist. I think they're giving out free mental. That's meant mind. They want to control my mind. That's government. I'm not going to fall for that. Lay on the couch and want me to take a dirt nap. Lay down, get a sticker someplace on Pokemon. $2.2 trillion, the number one drug dealer ever, Mr. Warp Speed. Oh yeah, you're too late for the twerk off. Goodbye. Twerk. My dog shakes his ass more than my wife when I come home because I'm gone too long. Ladies, listen to these dogs. They know what they're doing. My dog pisses itself. Why would you piss yourself the longer I'm gone when I come home? Get a little caught up because I get talked about the Jesus ID. Well, Jeremiah, that's probably part of this new digitally tokenized credit score tracked and traced blockchain communism. Welcome to the beast. It's not the end of the world, but the beginning of sorrows. It'll be a crowning moment. Hold on, it's just going to get more intense. Like wandering Jews in the desert, temporary places of steady worship. It's going to get tabernacles, baby. Get it? Intense. Tabernacles. That was good. Did you guys get that? Did anybody get it? Probably not. Not rapping. continue to rap something. Uh-oh, he wants me to rap. Okay. Oh, what do you want me to do? Do me, baby. You want me to go back in time? Oh, don't rock. I can do all kinds of. Hold on, you want some country rap? How about some country grammar? Now, I was thinking, rise for the national anthem. Oh, wait, hold it there. Do you know what I'm talking about? You know about Nelly, do you? St. Louis, swap meet? No, not Sir Mix-a-Lot. Like Nelly, like the arch. That's the word Al Qaeda, the entrance to hell, the abyss. But we're just mixing it. Like Sir Mix-a-Lot, baby's got back. Oh, never mind. You want me to do the ice, ice, baby. In fact, it's cold as hell. Or I got a rocket man going up in here. Remember, you get cock rocked like a rodeo, like eating a cock meat sandwich like in Harold and Kumar, and get double stuff like in Oreo in the U.S. and pay for that, enslave it, and then you send your money to Ukraine. Hey, ho. All right, never mind. Sorry about that. We'll do some Beavis and Butthead for you. You guys like movies? What kind of movies you like? Like The Simpsons? Or Eat Your Kids? Oh, no, hold on. What was that jingle? What's the McDonald's? Oh, hold on. What is it? What's that jingle of yeah, Idiocracy. There we go. Swine. I'm rubbing it. 3 counts in the parking lot on the wrong app. And you're not on the right app. Get out of here. They're porny here and they're eating your kids. Eat your kids. You thought I was saying, you thought I forgot the jingle. None of you guys could come up with it fast enough. Well, whatever. You're more entertained by the world than the word. So I thought I'd play with you. Dangle a little golden carrot in front of you. Get you chasing it like a silly rabbit. Tricks over kids, remember? The New Year's doesn't start in the middle of the winter. It's not 2025. Grow up. That's the number 7, to be 7. Remember the final trump? Somebody asked about the ram's horn, the shofar. You know, regal love. How about the 100 trumps, shofars, ram's horns that they blew in the fake nation of Israel? What's up with that? 100? What's up with the 100? You know what a decimi is? That's 10. 10 times 10 is what? Never mind. How about 7 times 7? 490. You know the 490 generation? Or you just like to speak like music and television. Get schooled and go with the flow. Go with the flow, Joe. Remember, he said you was a snake before you let me in, and then he let Joe bite it. 2 cheeks to the same hole, 2 wings to the same dragon. Are you afraid of words? I know, Father is the word. People are intimidated by it, right? Like 23, 9, 23. That's a letter, right? Oh, that's a number. It does all things by the number. 7 is the number of maturity to be finished, final in judgments. Ram's horns will final trump. Any afterlife insurance? Brother, another brother from another mother. What's the mother? The mother is not your mom. In the Old Testament, your dad is not father. So what's going on with you? I only have, remember, oligos. Most everybody you meet in your whole day will be going to hell. They're already there. Don't worry about it. Kind of like that crown of thorns. They're kind of stuck with their little halo on their head. They have no halo. Halo, hey ho. They're on that other Jesus, the one that, hey, you wonder where all the hoes are at? Ask Santa. What's happening? What's up? What's up? Hey, man, I haven't listened to that song. That's been a long time. Been a long time since I rock and roll live. The scrolls that wrote them, pounded them out on a rock and tablets, and now they're on an iPhone tablet or whatever that other Jesus, the apple Jesus. Take a bite out of that apple, put that in your dragon and smoke that. Your little dragon pen. Oh, no, disgusting. I don't eat fast food is not good, and good food is not fast. Oh, see, you're already not my brother. Oh, my disgusting. This guy eats processed food, and oh, I still try not to. So it's not what goes in a man that defiles him, but you need some energy for the times. You're just amazing and yet unfathomable, right? He creates evil. Isaiah 45:7. So Father creates all things, no will that is free, no free will, no luck. It's called idolatry. That's self-will. He knows what you're going to do. Nobody's getting away from anything. Remember the measure that you pour out on others. Agape, love thy enemy like thy neighbor, like that thyself. A man's enemy is to be the one of his own household. That is idolatry, self. You believe your own will. That's a liar. That's a demon. Same word. Idolater and a demon are distributor of fortunes or lies to others, that's a demon. An idolater is one who distributes fortunes or lies to self. So all you have to do is change one jot in the script, and then you're in a demon. Idolaters, if you believe your own lies, and if you push those lies on somebody else, you're the word that's called Nephilim, not gods in the sky. There's nothing above your head. You're locked in the firmament. So don't go coming in here saying that you're spinning on a planet of the apes. Man evolved. You don't know what about evolution. That comes with extinction. Then why are there still apes? God, it's me. You're in my isolated reality. Oh, that's haiku, isn't it? It's like psycho babble, like new mystery psycho babble. So Nimrod. What do you know about Nimrod? That's the Esau. He killed his brother Satan, Moloch, the one that Donald Trump has his house decorated with. What else would you like to know? Ron. Mithra at the time of Rome. Jesus Christ, born on December 25th. What else would you like to know? I'll keep going. Lollipop Jesus. Oh, well. Satan Jesus. Satan is the adversary. If you had a jot, what would you like to know about Nimrod? Does he get your bum pumping? Talking heads, like 7 heads and 10 horns. Diadems, crowns. He said, Revelation 3:11, I come quickly, let no one take your crown. Remember the start of, on 3/11, March 11th, the start of the crown. I don't know if you see them. Never mind. What are you talking about, Nimrod? No, we're not in the little season. Fuck you, Libby. How the hell could be in the little season? How we found the final? You don't know what you're talking about. Get out of here, Libby. Who've been telling you that Jezebel on TikTok? Get away from me. Get away from me. We have not seen even, we're in the second writer of Revelation. How can we haven't seen any final judgment. Get out of here. Who told you that, Libby? Oh, stop talking. Everybody stop talking. I'm gonna get you out of here. Tell me who told you we were in a little season. I am Revelation. I am the Apocalypse. I am this book, this date, this time, this place, this birth of the line, birthed on the line. 12, 13. I know these things. Scorpizzo birthed on the 13th day in the 9th month of November. So who told you we're in the little season? Tell me where you get that. That's like fallen angel. You don't know what you're talking about. You're a demon. You're a Nephilim. You're Satan. You're Satanistic. We're not in the little season. Get out of here, Autumn. You're some cracker Jesus. Get away from me. I'm not talking to you. You're out of here now. You're not in here anymore. I can't believe I let you stay in here. Only 2 times. Talk to me. Come on. Who told you you're in the little season? I like to rebuke this. Goodbye there. Whatever your name was. I don't care. Rewired or something. Speak up, you idiot. You don't know what you're talking about. Hello, Libby on the table. I'm speaking to you, or I'm going to go back and moderate you out of here. Speak up. There's been no judgment. There's been no burning of this whole rock from judgments from above, below. All of that happens. Everybody's still walking around here. Have you seen this place burnt with the sun? You're an idiot. Every place from above and below, all the chasms, all above your head, arc discharges, all of it. The final 7th shofar. Who told you that, Libby? I'm calling you out. I'm going to go back and find you somewhere in the chat. You're 3070, but I'm going to go back and find you in there. We're not in the little season. We're in the second writer of Revelation. I am Pastor Revelation. This is the ministry. I am the shepherd. You're not going to come in here and speak blasphemy against the celestial firmament as a magi. Tell me what a magi, if you know what a magi is. How about Revelation 12? So if I live in perfect, nothing will help. Hold on a second. Hold on there, unknown. Unknown's trying to actually ask a real question here. Bible. There's no such thing as Bible. And the Bible says love their neighbor, not commit crimes and murder. There's no such thing as, well, that's the word book, but it wasn't written on book. But okay, whatever. You're show not saying that's right, we can't commit murder. You can protect your home and your house, but do you really need to want to love your dirt so much that why can't you just find a place somewhere else? Get away from chaos, calamity, evil. Isaiah 45:7, he said, be in the world, but be not of it. Do not partake in unfruitful works of darkness. So if you're living in your population, you already got a problem. Narrow is the way. The little country roads are narrow but broad by the clover leaf and all these big highways. They got the Martin Luther King and the Main, and the broad is the way that leads to the wide gate that leads to hell. So I guess Libby's out of here. How come I had a dream about you? Take everything away from him. I've already had everything taken away from him. The cops already potentially killed and murdered my son and daughter. So you're not anybody. You're a sheep. Okay, well, I'm a shepherd. I lead the sheep. So goodbye. Or just stay there. Go ahead and let the wolf eat you. The Lord giveth, the Lord take it away. That's right. There we go. Job is a very interesting story. Read Job. There you go. Read Elijah and Brooke Cherith. My son was named Elijah, and I think the cops killed him, or Marshall did. I'm not sure if he's a federal and my daughter. But there's only so much I can have faith. He was straightened. Remember? Sozo carried me, lift me from the beginning point to the ending point, and then saved me. Not until the end, not after I die, until the final trump does anybody ever be saved. There's no such thing as being saved, no such thing as free will, no such thing as a planet, no such thing as luck, no such thing as Lucifer, no such thing as Jesus. Jesus, no, none of these letters, none of these. He said, don't add a jot. That's a dot, like a letter, like a punctuation, grammar, period. Now they blew that up with some NASA helium, and they live on it, spinning at 1,040 miles an hour on a ball. So don't say planet in here. You'll get kicked out of here. And I don't want to talk about flat or round. You don't know the models. This ain't some Vanna White. Love. That's the word agape. Love. What kind of love? Remember Peter? What kind of? That's like love for your wife's titties. I mean rack. And then love for your rack on your truck. That's phileo, not agape. Love. Like there's no such thing as love. It's the word agape. Thank you, Sabrina. Let's keep it biblical, scriptural, celestial. Well, in the firmament, if you could talk about a clock time, it's not 2025. God's not in the sky. It's not the New Year's does not start. And you better stop dropping your balls or your ball in the middle of the winter. Or, well, happy bang, bang, bang. Orgy Jesus ritual and December 25th, Jesus Christ, birth in the middle, well, in a manger. Your Jesus has mange because he had sex with beast, man, and woman. It's Baphomet. One that Elon, remember, he had his little people's champion suit he wore out there. That's Trump's little buddy. Like to trade light slavers in the swamp, raise the Jurassic thread spine, 33 Masonic. There's no free will. It's called porneia. That is called self-will. Father is what you're going to do. If your Father created all things, there's no free will. Man-made, Father's creator, he said, I create everything not written and everything that ever will be. So it's not even happened yet. And he created that too. So good, evil, everything that ever was, ever will be. Aletheia, right? Truth, beginning, right? And then Aleph and Omega. I am the Alpha and the Omega. So anything else that he didn't create right there, you just add this everything there. You should open your heart. Listen, Philip, you're an idiot. You've never written script. The scripture says the heart is continuously filled with wickedness. Wickedness is a Satanist and an idolater that's never read the scripture. I hear from these religious people. They say, God knows what's in my heart. Well, it says the heart, like, you ever heard that half full, half empty, kind of like half full, half empty? The heart is continuously filled with wickedness. It says, so we must take up our cross daily, die to self daily, and follow after me. He said daily, are you OCD? You too could be OCD. Call right now, free 99. You could be OCD like me. Not on some kind of mental disorder, like throw a flashlight cop at me. Hey, I need some security. Let's get the flashlight cop, Paul Bart. Was it Paul Bart? The flashlight cop, and I need some security. No, remember? Free 99, you could be OCD like me on Christ daily. You were calling for the flashlight cop, and I'm over here on Christ daily, taking up my cross, OCD. Call right now. You too, for the first 500 callers, you could be for free 99. You could be OCD like me. You thought it was a mental disorder. You were going to give me drugs. Yeah, they called Noah crazy. Christ is still preparing that place. It's been over 2,600 years, and he prepared it for 126. They scoffed at the old man. OCD? Are you OCD? Call right now. For the first 500 callers, you could be free 99. Free 99? All right. Moving on. All right. Anyways, anybody other Jesus in here, we'll fire you out of here. Remember, he said, don't sup with vipers like a dragon. Careful what you speak into this plane, space, and place. Get out of my space. That's so yesterday. Remember, Back to the Future. Here we are. You want to go back in time? Got to get back in time. You want to go Back to the Future? I'm a Gemini. Careful. No, I'm not a Gemini. By birth, I'm a Scorpio, but that's just because he birthed me to be on the line. To declare the line, get in front of the line. Well, 13, lucky or not. Good and evil. The most celestial, powerful sign of all the firmament markers of the Magi were very wise, were they not? They can even decipher, decode, code, like coded. You know how to decode or decipher, like cipher. How about foresee, to prophecy? There's no foresee, prophecy. Scorpio, that's the false teacher, the most powerful, the celestial firmament markers. It's the one that's, careful. Watch out. But I want to molt. I want to get out of the skin. I just want to die daily. I just keep wanting to die. So it makes sense to me. Not like America. That makes no sense. I American, they American. Anything you say and do, you can leave the can out of it. It means no, well, it has no evidentiary. Anything you say, evidence, it's all comes down to it in their kangaroo court. But anyways, let's not start doing their circus show. I don't want to talk about that right now. You're going to turn me back to the old me. Hallelujah. I love Paul's writings. Thessalonians, read it. Colossians, Corinthians. Go read all the writings of Paul. That is the gospel, baby. Paul was an old man. Paul was not some young like Christ or Luke, Peter, Matthew. Paul. All the apostles were very young. Paul was an old man. He did most of his writings while he was locked up. They won't let me out. So yes, they did. Remember, they threw him off backwards off a cliff. That was a stoning. So I don't know what you're smoking. But he said once written on tablets, scrolls, pounded out on the rock. I say, I don't know what you're smoking, but don't smoke that in here. Keep that away. Thank you for the 23, Father, and the 13. So I'm going to do it by the number sign of guy. But Paul, for a long time, he loved you a long time. Paul, remember, they tried to kill that old man. He was a murderer. He did that for the church as a living, and he was a Pharisee. You couldn't be more foul than Paul. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for Paul's writings. I would have said that I've been done. But Christ already wrote all things. But Paul was, Paul's, because you can come from the worst. He was a Pharisee. He was with the church, and I rebuke all these churches. You know that. I rebuke the church. He doesn't dwell in temples. He said that twice. Made by houses are made by Most High. Doesn't dwell in temples made by hands. Right? He loves what I said. Dear, that day goes like, yeah, you love that, don't you? You want to go outside for a little bit? He's like, Dad, let me go outside. I'll plug you. You all right? You want to go outside? Sorry, hold on, get my puppies out. Oh, I love you. I know. We just need to be young and wild and under tribulation, like Paul. He threw him off a cliff backwards, and they threw nearly bowling ball, like 20 kilogram. Remember, your fuse got to. Oh, you did now. Over 20 kilogram, bowling balls, and finishes it, and he still got up. So Paul can do it. I can do it. I'm telling you, Paul was old, and he still looked like he'd been going 150 miles an hour on a camel, hit the side of a palace wall, and every bone in his body broke, and he still got up. Then he rode off, and I can't remember what he rolled into. Was it? Oh, damn it. I'm going to apologize. Starts with a C, but he said, through much thlipsis we must go through to receive that kingdom of heaven that is within. And that is our prize. Paul knew we have to suffer. Tribulation is thlipsis. And that's what Paul, Paul's heart was rebuked. Saul, who was called Paul, later father, there were more than Abram, who was called Abraham. Name is Shem. You know what I'm saying? Judaism, Christianity, Islam is built by syncretism, a blending of other beliefs, and myriadism of religions, traditions, including one belief creating. There's no such thing as belief. Belief is faith. Okay, faith, there's put legs on faith, isn't genuine. Okay, well, hold on, Dale. I understand a little bit. You might have some validity to that. So hold on. Faith is legs on faith. Faith is a noun. Belief is a verb, and either way, that's belief is an action word. It's a verb, so you got to put legs on faith. You don't even know what the hell believe means unless you discover it by discovery by definition. Hold on. I gotta let these puppies up. Oh, I gotta go check on my ladies here. Make sure I put up my. I'm on a farm. Give me a minute. I'm on a farm. Not some barnyard Jesus. Some I believe Jesus. John 3:16. Pagan Satan. John 3:16. Jesus. All right, let's see how much battery we got. Guys, I'm unlimited battery. Okay, we only have so much more time here. So, anyways, I can only long day out here at the ministry doing what we need to do out here. I'm gonna have to rock it for the next couple weeks here. I have lots of changes coming. Obviously, it's the new year, right? For the new year, huh? Yeah, New Year's just not start in the middle of winter, and never mind. We'll just. It's not 2025. Please leave if you think it's 2025 right now. So, yeah, get a job, pay taxes. You're an idiot. So go fuck yourself. You know, I'm going to say that. Got to at least curse once before I get out of here, just so I wouldn't be myself. Get a job, pay W-2 tax dollars, and kill other people in other countries. This person wants you to get a job. I'm retired. Goodbye, child. So, yeah, pay taxes and kill people in other countries, and you'll be an accessory to murder after you die. Listen to that idiot. So he don't know what he's talking about. Remember, don't listen to him. So, anyways, you can take your. All right, I don't want to go with anybody who's taking drugs. Goodbye. So, anyways, good to see you there. Happy feet, appreciate it. Narrows the way. Hados. No generals got blown up today, but obviously they know it's coming. There is going to be a cold cycle that will come. We are a cold rock. Remember that. They know that. The sun will eventually take down the tech, and they know that. They are going to, between that time when the sun goes down on my side of town. You might want to get to somewhere where there's about 10 feet above your head, with dirt, maybe not 6 feet, but maybe 10 feet, So, and I'm not trying to get anybody to panic, remember? You should already be doing all these things, girded in Father service. So you might want to get to the exit. You might want to go to the store. You don't buy groceries from the store when they're closed and the lights go out, right? Yeah. Saying some Mike Tyson bites your ear off or shoot your ear off like Trump. Yeah, right, psych. That was for real, man. Cool story, bro. Don't call me bro. Cool story, bro. All right, I only have so much time. Stop addressing the trolls. So, anyways, I'm seeing that, we're obviously this. You think I'm not sure if the government shutdown comes tomorrow. I'm going to get on my own government. Remember, I don't need to be mind controlled. So, yeah, thanks for coming in. Happy Beat Go. Thanks for sharing the gospel. I only have so much battery. I'm going to stay in here all night tonight. I have some limited time here. So I got to be super, be wise as a serpent and gentle as a dove. Meek, not weak. Go out and take a cross up daily, deny yourself daily. And he said, follow. That is the word hados, after me. So God is real. We're all Under God. No, we're not under God. That's disgusting. We're not under God. God is a title. But don't follow the government and let the government shut down. Yes, if 25% of the people would just stop paying taxes, the government would just dry up. Federal, remember that right of the people? That federal government was not there and still, right? Well, it was there to protect the right of the people. So there's more. We are the people or the government. People have forgotten. I'm a veteran, so I ain't going to hear that. None of that nonsense. Don't speak out of order. Please. I'll be nice to you, but I only have so much time to be on this rock. So don't mix truth with a lie. That's all I can tell you. 99 truth in a lie is a lie. 99 lies in the truth is still a lie. So I'm proud to be an American. Pride is a sin. Okay, goodbye, Satan. Pride is a sin. Under God is a title. There's no such thing as God. God is a title. You don't know what you're talking about. The words, those 3 letters were never written in the text, so you don't know what you're talking about. Scriptures, or were they? Bible's a clean book, but you're some watered down bear, like Russia, the bear. You poking at the bear. Careful what you've spoken at. The school looks like Baphomet. You're an idiot. Baphomet is a goat. You're a child. Yahweh. There we go. No letters added to Greek, right? Well, vowels in Greek, but not in Hebrew. So people, oh, Yeshua, HaMashiach. Stop it. Stop adding. He said, don't add a jot. Now they're adding letters. A-E-I-O, Barnyard Jesus, E-I-E-I-O. My bad. Only got so much time. My time is not, I'm going to die, but I'm not worried about dying because I do that to self daily. And then death is a doorway where we close the door and then we enter another, or we open and close. It don't matter. It's just time is an illusion. If you're eternal, there's no such thing as time or death. So people are afraid to die. Go live a little bit. Get off the internet. All right. Go in the ether a little bit. Go in some natural. Go see a waterfall. Go hang out by the side of some beautiful mountain peak or something. Go stare off into the gaze into the firmament above your head. Remember, nobody's in the sky. They already brought a bunch of robots and going to trick you with their fallen angel technology. There's no such thing as fallen angels. Not fallen doesn't mean from above your head. That's not what that means. Fallen from power, fallen from the trump, horn. You'll move mountains. You're an idiot. Get out of here. Experience. You're such a child. That's the ram. That is father. Baphomet is a goat. You're an idiot. Look how childish this idiot is. Let's just show this person how much of an ass and a demon and a Nephilim that this person will make with their own words. Words, remember, he's the word. So you should. If you need to start a farm, come out here where I'm at. I'll help you. None of your business. It's like, shut up. Like, no, I don't want to hear it. At ease, soldier. STFU. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say and do will be used against you. You can leave the can out of it because I can't and you, American. That's your Miranda rights. So get off the grid. These people are all on the grid trying to talk to me on a smart meter. You're not smart. You don't make your own power. You're governed by your own mind. So you spend zeros and ones on a computer. I eat chicken butt nuggets, golden eggs. You lay the golden egg. Remember, not in the golden age, or in the age of clay. The iron will not cleave with a watery clay, stinky muskrat. And people making electricity. Cool. There we go. Make electricity. You just take copper and wrap it around a magnet. You make electricity. That's old technology that's been around for millions of years. You think this is the first time we've had electricity? You're a child. Computers, that's just a math problem. Computers have been around for millions of years. You're a child. Remember, pneumatics, they had pressure, the Lobos pressure. They had that in Rome. So I just have to pay them every month. What the hell does that mean? Now you went off the deep end there. Let that man walk the plank. Get him up against the wall. No. I don't want that wall talking here. Remember Pinky? There's one in the spotlight. He don't look right. Get him up against the wall. There's one with spots. If I had my way, I'd have all of you shot. With my little plungers, my little fangs, I was a snake before you let me in, and then he let Joe Biden. Welcome to the Jew Tube. Too hollow. snake venom needles spitting the snake oil. Welcome to YouTube. They've been shadow banning me for a long time, so I have to call them out. He said, do not partake in unfruitful works of darkness, and then he let the bite in. Two cheeks to the same hole, two wings to the same dragon. He was a snake before you let me in, and then he let Joe Biden. All right, we don't do politics in here, remember? History's being made every day. What the are you doing about it? Nothing. You're the silent majority. You can't change history. It's already written. Yeah, it's all prognosco, to have foreknowledge of Father created all things, everything that ever was, everything that ever will be, everything not written. So if it ain't happened, he still created it. Oh, imagine that. Choke on that. They put that in your apple pipe and smoke on that. Puff the magic dragon. Live by the seas, the people. Remember, you put 1 foot on the land, 1 foot on the sea, and they said time will be no more at the final trump. Shofar, the 7th horn. Not the little, but the final trump. Any more questions? Oh, wait, nobody asked any questions, did they? So what are you talking about experience paying? You're not supposed to pay taxes. Father hated. Remember, he whipped the people selling because they were exchanging. The money changers like America exchanging the dollar for oil. Everybody has to pay, like mafia behavior, like you're going to pay or we'll come blow you up, drop some democracy or freedom bombs on you. And yes, come over and do disgusting things to your women and children. So pay for your own Oreo and Big Bob cock meat sandwich, baby, in America, and then send the rest of the money to strap and tuck your kids so you can dress them up like Baphomet, the transgender Jesus, the God of 3 genders. Holy Mary, Mother of God, Satan, blessed are thee, now at the hour of our death. Catholicism, Satan, Jesus and mange, or Jesus, your Jesus has mange because he's 3 genders and he's having sex with beasts, man and woman. I'd stay away from that Jesus if I was you, and don't get hooked on the letter J like me, because that's hooked on phonics. Worked for me, but it didn't. Well, work is the word trabajar in Espanol, but who do you labor? You're not supposed to celebrate. You're supposed to labor in San Bernardino. Oh, in the San Bernardino Mountains, in the valley, off the edge of the rim of the San Bernardino. I was born in the valley. I was born on the hills in Granada on the valley. So, like Shaka Bra. No, that's on the beach, but like for sure, right? Hold on. I gotta let my mules in. I gotta let the mules in my house. I got mules. I gotta let the mules in the house here. So. He rode in on an ass. Oh, there's one. Where's my other mule? Where's my other one? Single one other mule. Come on, hurry up there, little jackass. Hurry up. Get in here. Go. You're a good boy. You're a good one. You're a good boy. All right. Though I walk through the valley of the, I walk in the shadow of the valley of death. Huh? Do you walk in the valley or do you walk in the shadow? Yodeling in the valley. I grew up eating pup and taco and Fat Jacks, the best meat in town. If you can't eat it, beat it. Oh, never mind. You would know nothing about that. Nobody knows. Nobody knows. Remember Cupid's arrow? I grew up eating hot dogs. I don't eat hot dogs anymore, but my dad used to tell me they put glue in the chili. He's trying to, well, it's Coney style, so I don't know what you know about the ballet. Do you eat Bob's, like B.O.B. Bob, like the artist, like Elements, or like Bob's Burgers, you know? My bad, just have to reminisce, you know, like posterity, you know. Father is the truth. He said, share the light. Do not hide that light in a basket. Whoa, that's the writers of Revelation. Remember the horses, if you don't share that light. And don't boast because you know, but whoa, if you don't. Yeah, you want to share that. If not, remember, give that shekel to the rich man. You didn't use what he gave you. Imagine I already had that in my head before I ever said it. Prognosco, that foreknowledge of. Thank you, Father, for the bis on my heart that you wrote, that you said, seek and you shall find, ask and you shall receive, knock. He said, don't sup with vipers. Don't cast your pearls before swine. Sup with Father. Father's the word, not man. Only sup with those that are in the narrow way. You're an atheist. Okay, goodbye. The only way to the Father is through the Son. Goodbye, Satanist. Goodbye, adversary. The only way to the Father is through the Hamashiach, the narrow way. You are the broad way, just like 99% of this people on this rock that go to hell. Goodbye. I don't sup with vipers. Goodbye, Nick. Elodion. So get your little green slime, dumping all that. That's a ritual of dropping ice over your head and slime. That's a Satanistic ritual. Like, remember ice baths? So why are you looking so ticklish? I'm not ticklish, there, idiot. And you're not going to tickle my ear. Get behind me, Peter. Stiff Peter, stiff Peter. Oh, that reminds me of us. I think that was a Sir Mix-a-Lot song. So remember Peter, he denied Christ. Well, I'm not asking you if you phileo me, Peter. Do you agape me? Remember that was Christ. He'd asked that to Peter. He denied Christ 3 times, remember? Because he loved that Jezebel. He didn't understand he was I am. Phileo is like you love your wife's titties, like you like, well, rack, like you like the wheels or your rack on your truck. That's phileo, love. That's not love, that's phileo. I'm not asking you if you phileo me, Peter. Do you agape me? Any questions? Appreciate the donation to the ministry. All glory to Shiloh, all glory to Father. Nothing I'm doing here. This is all Father making me doing it. He said, if I didn't call out to their hearts that are continuously filled with wickedness, not one of them would. He's making his bride do it. His bride is a teeny tiny flock. He only loves his bride. Under the Old Testament, he didn't love Esau, right? He killed his brother, right? Nimrod, Moloch, and loved Jacob, right? Who he later, the man who had 12 tribes, families, Israel, and gave him the inheritance. It's all about a wedding. So I appreciate the wedding feast of the lambs, the supper, the marriage of the supper of the lambs. Will your name be called out in that book? So all glory to the Most High, all glory to Father. He's making me do this. I have no strength to do it. He picks me up. S-O-Z-O, Sozo carries me, picks me up, lifts me from beginning point to an ending point every day and to the end. Nobody's died and been saved. He hasn't come back and redeemed his bride. So there's only one judgment, one final judgment. That's the 7th shofar. The ram's horn will sound, where all will raise from the dead and the ashes and the dust. And then you'll be saved because you're already chosen and bought and been paid for. See how that works? That's not rocket science. That's not religion. The word sozo is to be carried, picked, and lifted from a beginning point to an ending point and healed. Anybody who screwed you over, he will right. Anybody who wronged you, he will right. Anybody who hurt you, he will heal. But not until the end. You got to turn your cheek 490 times. Meek, not weak. 700, well, 7 times 70. 700. Where'd I come from? My bad. So I'm not perfect. I'm just a, messenger is the word angelos. And I just share his light. That's just because we're supposed to do it. All his disciples will be sharing the light. Hey, listen, not just Aaron and Levite, but Jews and Gentiles, man and woman, black, brown, white, red, and yellow, all flesh will be fulfilled under this covenant, but just a little bit of everybody this time. Most people enter through the broad way, enter through the wide gate, and go through hell. That is the word no knowledge, period. Hell is not below your feet. You don't live on a planet. That's not a word that's ever written in the celestial, scriptural, or biblical text. You're not spinning at 1,040 miles an hour, are you? Where does that say that in that book? Space? Get out of my space. Okay, copy the cheek. What the heck? Oh, 2 cheeks to the same hole, 2 wings to the same dragon. So, thank you, Father, for the agape. You're spinning. Okay, goodbye. That is the Greek word perverted. Pervert. Slayer is a pervert. Perverting the word. Word is the word Hokadash. Ghost. Spirit. It's all spoken into existence, remember? Created from the dark. Anything else there, Satan? Get behind me, Peter. Oh. Are you enjoying your... Let's see, I got to check my battery. Let's get a battery. Oh, my man, I'm eating my battery up real quick. Hold on. All right, we could probably do about another 20 minutes, guys. Appreciate it. Much Agape. I do appreciate you guys coming in here and being a part of the ministry. Remember, your comments are being watched by Father. The measure that you pour out on others will be poured out on you. A man's enemies. Man is Jezebel, be one of his own household. So we're our own worst enemy, and we tend to want to go after this flesh instead of going after Father. That's why he told us to cut it off, circumcise the flesh, the traditions of men. All these celebrations, rituals, go after the word, not the world. I hope the world hates you. You're not here to be nice. That word means to be stupid. So be stupid. Stop acting like everything's okay. Yeah. Zombie is the OG zombie. Remember, Christ is the OG zombie. He rose, remember? Lazarus from the dead. He rose from the dead from 3 days of darkness. So he's the OG zombie. Kind of like Z06. That's kind of like a 6, maybe like a G. You know me, I'm a young OG. Oh, sorry. My bad. So I could be a young OG. Just kidding. I was messing with you. Woo! Buried truth to a lie. So careful. Got a forked tongue. The scorpizzo, right? Watch it. It comes up from behind real quick, huh? So watch out for that stinger. You knew it was a snake, or remember he crushed the head of the serpent that was bruised by that heel. Remember that was bruised by the serpent? That's the scorpizzo and the celestial firmament above your head. So pay attention and be wise. It's not 2025. Tomorrow's the new year in the Hebrew calendar. Imagine that. And everybody's celebrating the new year New Year starts in the spring. Well, new life springs up, but never mind, silly rabbit. I was just telling you about that. Remember, he was a Hebrew Israelite, the Lion King from the tribe of Judah, the King. I come quickly in Revelation 3:11. He said, "Let no one take your crown." On 3/11, March 11th, they started the crown virus, so you didn't get your crown taken from you, did you? Crown is bliss, crown is sky, crown is knowledge, crown is heavens. Crown is where the kingdom of heaven is within. Put him at the top of your house and let it shine. Who's speaking for you? All glory to Shiloh, right? Edify my Shem, he said in the prayer. If you were to pray like this. That's the Lord's prayer, your master. You can't serve two lying eyes, those thieves that hang right on your, crucified. Have you crucified your eyes? You need to crucify the eyes, not serve the eyes, serve the word. Deny thyself, that's your eyes. Anything you see of your eyes is idolatry. Idolatry and imagery. Those are the two things. And he always says two witnesses. Remember I said it's those two thieves that hang right there on that cross, right there. Well, the two lying eyes. The two witnesses he said he'd send. There was all this discussion about the two witnesses. All right. Despite your nose that hangs on your face, you don't see it right there, do you? It's in the text, but I'm not a prophet or anything, so I just checked it. Appreciate it. I give about 15, 20 more minutes. Appreciate it. I don't have a lot because I wore myself out today, but I got to kick it, guys, into full gear, man. I have somebody who's going to come stay here. It's somebody I've known for years here at the ministry, here in this valley. They're of faith. They have a very similar faith. I think Father's sending, it's an older lady and her son, and they're going to come out here. So I got to clear out of this cabin and get moved over to the Rusty Dragon, and I have a lot of work to do. I mean, a lot of work to do. So more than I even want to think about, because there's other things like she's got dogs and I'm letting her move over here and I have to clear all this out. I'm going to do for full cleaning on this. So I gave her a week. I think I need to give her two. But like I said, I think they're the right people. You know, they're not charging the people that can, like, her son has a lot of disability issues and she's a little bit older, but yeah, you know what I'm saying. She even asked, like, she's faith based. She wanted to do things like, asked if we could do like maybe do a kind of like we could have a dinner once a week or once a month, something like that, so we can, you know, wants to be to themselves. And I made that very clear. Like, I need to put gates in here because I don't want to be walking through here to get the chickens, and I'll just make gates, you know. This is your property now. I'm not coming through here. I'm not walking on your property. You don't need your landlord on your property. You know, I can walk around and do the chickens, but I ain't coming on. Once this is yours, this is, you know, so I'll make it official for her and it'll help. And then, like I said, if I do eventually leave or something like that, and go down to Ecuador, I can probably leave the cats here, you know. And if Kevin wants to stay, I think he'll blend real well with these two people. I just have a good, gosh, I went over to Kevin's place today. Yeah, well, it needs to start, you know. I wish you could come here, Sabrina. I wish you could be a part of, you know, this community. You already are. So remember, just being here, you don't have to be here to be a part of the HD Fat here. You know, the community is online. You know, can't spell community without you or I, right? So that's the family, the HD Fat family we got here. So, but you're always welcome here. Remember that you can come here if you ever need, you know, this place is here for the ministry. I didn't spend all this time and okay, cool. Just always remember it's here. Even if I go down south, it's here. It's paid off and these people will be able to help. You know, I've already talked about, I said, hey, you can put, they are living in a place, they're living at the other, they're living at another church, okay, so to speak. But this is the Indian lady who is the chief. They're living at the chief's house right now. Okay, so you know, Sabrina, they're living at the chief's house, but the chief died and now she is the chief. But they won't let, like, she has to put like another shed so for storage or something like that. No doing that. It won't allow them to, like, a water tank, and we're giving them issues about charging. I'm not, they can put what they want here. You know what I'm saying? I told them already, don't, I don't want any trash. I don't want any trash. I don't want any trash. Just no trash. No trash, no drugs. They don't do drugs. She uses, or he uses a little bit of cannabis and that's it. They don't do, I already told them, no drugs here. Please keep that, you know, whatever. I don't care what you do. If I never saw it and I wouldn't know, then I probably would never care. So, yeah, but they're not that kind of people. So I think they'll work, and it's helping them because they have tried to leave here multiple times, Sabrina. They've tried to get out of this valley multiple times. These are the people I bought the windows or trade. I think I traded the windows for something. We did a trade on the windows in the cabin, you know, yeah. Well, you know, this lady is not being nice to them. I think she's just being, not that she's nice because she's let them stay on the property, but she's got to kind of keep it limited. I think she doesn't want to kind of anybody to take over. So she's not really allowing anybody to grow. And there's plenty of room to grow out here at the ministry. Like I said, yeah, this is your water tank. You can have water here. We'll go get, you know, I'm going to find you ways to get extra water and get you storage, and we'll get them hooked. This will be a dream. They look, because she wants to live in her travel trailer and he wanted to live in his truck. And then I offered, because they were going to come out here and just stay here on the property, kind of like hip camp, and charge them pretty quick. And I said, hey, I've got buildings. Look, I need to clear out and go over here. I need to get in the other building for now, you know, because this is a bigger space. I think they can both easily stand here, and I think they both will end up staying in here, because she asked me to leave the couch in here, and I said I can leave the couch in here, no problem, and I'll take the other, because I got this place is, I don't mean to go there, but this place is darling. When all my food, there's food there, there. The whole place is full with food. You guys don't get to see. I don't show you all the food, but there's food everywhere. Anywhere I'm not showing you, and I can show a lot of this, but there's food everywhere in this cabin. Everywhere. So I have that and I have all this other, and I need to make sure this food that I have here now doesn't get cold or hot over the winter, cold because the winter's coming, and I'm moving over in that cabin over there, which is half the size, 20 feet, not 40 feet, and I have the place to put all this. So I got a lot of scrambling to do. You know what I'm saying? I have a lot of work. I probably need to go for a week straight. I should probably just stream at the end of the day. I'm serious, you know what I'm saying, and come in and just show you like kind of what I've done, because they're going to come out here and they're going to enjoy this space, because they've been in, like, he was wanting to be in a truck. This is her son. I don't want this guy living in a truck. He has some disabilities, and he would do it, you know. But I think this will be a better opportunity for Father will provide like a place for them to. And this lady I've known for years. She's one of the few people in this valley that I truly feel like they ain't gonna do anything but just kind of sit here and enjoy the place and enjoy the space. And if they can add, great. And if not, they're not gonna take away. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they're not gonna do much. They're not gonna build much. You know what I'm saying? They're not gonna build much, and that's okay, because it's fine. Even I know this is supposed to be kind of like the studio. I plan on building another studio in another library up here. I told them today that if they want to eventually stay here, because they're trying to find their place. And what she told me is like, look, Father told me that like I just need to stay here, because she's been telling me multiple times. I've communicated her. She's trying to get out and ask me, hey, do you have a travel trailer? She's kind of, I got to take this hat off. I'm getting kind of hot here in this. Oh, actually started a fire in here. Where'd my hat go? Where did I put that hat? Oh, there it is. But anyways, I think they'll work. And I think what I want to do is put them in here kind of month to month to start out. And then if they work out, I'll give them like a month. I'll give them a lease or something, so they don't have to worry about getting their rent raised or going anywhere. And I want them to become part. I told them, again, they can build a cabin out here, a separate little she shed, if you will, and rent it out and make money. She's like, oh, that's cool. I can make money off. I said, yeah, yeah, you can rent some cabins out here. We'll throw them into the mix. You know, if you want to go get one of those little she sheds or something, because she's on Social Security or something like that. So she gets some pretty regular income. And so this will be a big opportunity. She wasn't like, they were having problems with water and stuff like that. And just people kind of take advantage of people out here because there's really nowhere to rent. So they'll let them come live on their property, and then they almost kind of, yeah, that's what I told her. Let's go month to month for now. We'll sign paperwork. We'll make something up, and it could be crude. Remember, in Oregon, there's a contract. I make it crude and whatever, and as long as it calls out. But I don't even, honestly, just have to tell you, honestly, just with my gut, Sabrina, they're not going to be an issue. I really think they'll be here for years to come. I hope they are. You know what I'm saying? But that's what the ministry is supposed to do. It's to provide people who need. And if they bounce from here later, that's why I told them, build a skid cabin and then take it, move it to another property or something, or sell it before you leave. So it's mobile, but you don't have to leave here. If you find that you like it here, I purchased this to be a community. If this ends up where you're staying, that's fine. You can stay here, and I'm not worried about it. We'll eventually work something out. And eventually, if they stayed here, I'll probably stop charging them. You know what I'm saying? Because if they become part of the ministry, I ain't going to charge them anymore. I need to kind of get something set going for now. And I have bills to pay, and, and I'm going to help them. She was just stoked. She's like, oh my God, that's like, I want to pay just a little bit more to have my son in a place where he's not in the back of a cab of a truck. Because she came out here to buy a cab canopy for about the price, just a little bit more than I'm paying her to take the whole place over and give her. So I'm going to have to put like another fence in to kind of keep her a little contained. And I'm a little bit worried now because she's got her dogs. And if the chickens jump over the fence, I'm going to have to build another larger fence. But I'll get it taken care of. And she was real big into, like I said, like I brought her to the back and showed her the garden, and she said she was cool. Like she wanted to do this outdoor garden. Like, I want to build a community. I really do. I want people sitting out here 2 or 3, and not an obligation, but because they don't have anything else to do, Sabrina. They don't have to worry about bills and money and all that. They could just hang out at the end of the day. chooch on a bowl or drink a beer or something. I don't want anybody being drunk out here, and that's fine. If somebody has a beer or two, that's not the end of the world. You know, um, limited, moderation, but just hanging out. It's okay if they do. It's okay if they, but just around a fire, in front of the fireplace. I was talking to her about building that community outdoor pizza oven and flat grill and an oven, and so we can cook outdoors and stuff and just hang out. We don't have to do anything. I just want to get to where we don't have to do anything here, but just grow the food. What else do you need to do? Grow food, right? You got water, we got a well, we got storage. What else do you need to do? It's all paid for. Stop struggling. Stop thinking you need to struggle. So, well, I'm glad that nobody came. And like I said, if they don't work out, it's okay. I'm not expecting anything, but I really think hopefully they'll be here for years to come because they need a place. They've been living in trailers and bouncing around out for years, and they've been trying to get out of here. And just because they try to come out here and get treated right. And I don't think anybody's just presented the opportunity because everybody's opportunistic towards them. And I'm sure she'll probably, as long as Social Security's set up and separated, if something like Social Security got shut off, I'd be like, look, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It's okay. I know that Social Security's shut off. I don't want your money. That's fine. Don't worry about it. It's not a big deal because Social Security didn't pay you. I understand. I see everybody's freaking out. It's okay. You have a place to stay. As long as whatever, if they shut it off for a year, you can stay here for the next year. You're fine. You know what I'm saying? As long as I told her, basically, just pick up your trash. I don't want any trash. Don't trash the place and you'll be fine. And they don't have a lot. They don't have a lot. So they don't, there's, so this will be a good opportunity for them. Father will present, the ministry will present them with a beautiful opportunity. So I'm kind of looking forward to this. Like I said, and like I told her, I said, look, if I, yeah, she's into the she's spiritual. You know what I'm saying? She don't do religion, and I kind of always felt a connection with her, kind of like that. She's older, not like a connection like I want to have any intimacy or anything like that, but I felt a connection with her when I first met her. I'm like, I like her energy. She's good energy. I'm an energy being. Remember, Sabrina, I'm not this flesh. This flesh isn't me. All these things. I'm my eternal spirit, Hokadesh. That's who I am. I come in and out of this flesh. I've been here before. I'll be here again. Little season, we'll all come, wherever but when you touch somebody in spirit, you can feel that right out the gate when we connect with somebody. And that's why I knew always and see, she keeps trying to leave and she's calling me, asking me because she's trying to get out of here. But now I'm gonna be able to say, hey, here, let me help you. Because she's like, yeah, there you go. So, and she loved it over here. She's like, because in town, it's kind of busy in town a little bit now. If that makes sense, where she's living in town, it's not that busy up there. It's quiet in that little town. But it's busy up there. It's so quiet over here. It's like, oh. Out here. So, it's just like, oh, there's, it's not town where it's all, so, it's nice out here. And I like that she felt that, she's like, I said, well, look, I showed her, I got her on the ley line map and said, look, we're right on this ley line here, and I showed her a lot. And she's like, yeah, and I told her about this valley that right where I'm at. I'm serious, Sabrina. I wish she could be here with me and show you, what I'm saying, to be a witness. This valley creates its own, right where I'm at, just on the end of this valley where I'm at. I mean, it's so scriptural and biblical that it creates its own little vortex right where I'm at, right up. I can see the end of the vortex. I'll get clear blue skies over this valley. The weather will go around this area or around that side and miss us 99 times out of 100. It still hits us, or we'll be the only one in the valley that's got clouds and everybody else is clear. So it's a really unique spot over in the valley. It's incredible, the energy in this valley. This is a very, I explained to her too. Yes, you will. It's always here. Remember, even if I pass, or something happened to me and I leave, you are welcome here, Sabrina. I'm saying? This is our ministry. It's not my ministry. This is the body's. I'm nothing. I'm not any. I'm just a part of the ministry. Father made me create this so that it'll be here to serve for generations. And I know that people think that's, but that is what a ministry is supposed to do. It's supposed to serve the people, right? So if Father's give me the ability to pay something off, and at first, Sabrina, this is just a piece of desert. It's just a piece of desert, though, right up near where the wood line is at, in the better part of this whole valley. There's beautiful places out here. You know, I'm telling you, Sabrina, somebody could come here and just do tours. I wish I had the time. I'm telling you, I would be the guy to do it too, Sabrina. Like just to bring people around here to Crack in the Ground, Hole in the Ground, Fort Rock, you know, Black Hills, the sand dunes, Table Rock, you know, Anna Reservoir, the hot springs. There's just so much right within a half-hour shot from here. You could, yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's beautiful. So it will serve for a long time and it'll be here. It's not going to grow legs and crawl off. And if Father will allow me to do this, I'm going into town tomorrow. I'm going to talk with some people tomorrow about filing this lawsuit, which I don't care, Sabrina. I don't care about money. It could bring in millions of dollars for the ministry. If it does, that's going to change this ministry a lot and fast. And I don't care about money, but it would, because I can hire people to do the things that I just can't do right now. You know what I'm saying? That I'm only one dude. I'm just one dude. I'm in my 50s and I'm strong. I told you, I'll work a 20-year-old in the ground out here, want to come out here and dig holes with me and challenge me to a fight on the ministry. Well, come out and dig some holes, you know? But it is what it is. I don't remember I told you, but what I can do at that point, though, is I could pay off this ministry. Not that, because the ministry's paid off. I mean, just get the land in there, get the gravel in here, and get the people here that I need here to hire people and do things that most people are able to do. I just can't do that. I'm just one. More many people have a team of people. Like Brother Jim brings in $1 million a year. I bring in about $100 every 2 months. That doesn't add up to $1 million. It doesn't pay the bills out here. It doesn't do anything for me. And that's fine. It's not about me. It's about serving the ministry. But the beautiful thing is this ministry will continue to grow. That's what I'm starting to see, no matter what. You know, I don't know how long we have left on this rock. Years to come. I don't think we're anywhere close to what people think is the end of the year, or at the end of the world. Apologies. We're real close to that time right now. But at the end of the world, we're not there. We have quite a ways to go. So this is a sanctuary. I really want you guys to understand it. Eventually, you're going to have to listen to me when I tell you that I take this word so serious that it says in the book of Revelation 16 and 21 that there will be hailstones. And I already told you how that's going to happen, because I've studied this for decades. And I've watched this increasing of the cycle until we've reached a point to where I know now that this isn't something that was even possible, because the celestial cycle of this Yuga cycle, it's not possible to go from basketball size hail. And I'm sure there may have been larger in past, but I don't think we can go from basketball size hail to 129-pound hail. You understand? That is not something that's possible with this celestial, celestial pinch that's a cycle. This took Honga Tonga taking our ocean and pushing 14% into our atmosphere, and it's frozen up there because it's so cold that it instantly froze. And it's still stuck up in our atmosphere, and it's just starting after 2022 to ring out. And that's why we're starting to see things like there's been such scriptural and biblical, I don't like to use that term, floods. You have seen nothing. And the promise of the rainbow, and that he wasn't going to flood this earth. That's not what we're seeing, or this rock. That's not what we're seeing. This time he's going to use fire, and I'm telling you, he's going to use the sun. That's what's going to make the fire, is the sun. The sun is going to make the fire, because the sun is electric. And when electric hits these cities, Broad is the way that leads to the wide gate. Anybody who's in a city is not going to fend very well because the tech is going to go down in this cycle. And when they bring in their new AI antichrist tech beast, blockchain, digitized, credit scored communism, the world's going to go on, brothers and sisters. It's not going to be the end of the world. The world never ends. You're an idiot. The world never ends. We see the end of an age, we see an end of a time, but that's a doorway that leads to a next doorway to another time. And if you understood the times, then you'd know where we're at in that doorway, or that time, we're at that time where time is overlapping itself, the reset. And they've been telling that everybody for 10, 20. I've been telling you that on this channel for, not this channel, but YouTube for 12 years now, a dozen years of the start of the reset, so that you could be ready, not the end of the world, but the end and the beginning of sorrows, where it's going to get a lot worse. Those who say peace and safety, sudden destruction. Okay. Yes. All right. Good. You're awesome. Thank you so much. I got about 10 more minutes and I better go. Hey, thanks for coming in. I actually charged all my battery up because I just want to come in here and touch bases with you guys and let you know that I'm going to have to get my butt to work. And I really don't care about any of this stuff, but I have to provide this abundance for this person. And she, like I said, she's about my age. She's a little bit older, and her son with a disability, but I think she could still produce out here. She'll want to work. Like I said, she asked me to want to cook dinners. You know, can we kind of do like a community dinner? I said, absolutely. I'm cool with that. I love to cook, and, you know, it'd be cool for have somebody else cook for me or something for every once in a while, you know. So I get a little lonely out here, and I just didn't have them come out here because I need a friend or a partner or some kind of, you know, I did it because I think it's of God, and I told her that too. So I feel this is something that's 100% meant to be. And yeah, you know, she'll work. I showed her the outdoor garden. I took her back to the shelter. She was blown away. She's like, man, Tracy, you work so hard. How could you do all these other things in town? And you have a ministry and you do all these other, how could you produce all this work? It doesn't. I said, well, when I work, I work. And I work hard. I told you I work a 20-year-old in the ground sometimes because Father pushes me. I'm like Noah, brothers and sisters. I don't mean to go like that. I mean, I've got my Noah coin up here. I've had many of the people from the original Predestined for Light channel on TikTok call me Noah. They're like, dude, you're a Noah. You don't listen to the world. You just build. You just keep building, and you don't listen to the world. Yeah, I get in that mindset where the world doesn't matter to me because it's the world, be in it but be not of it. There's that still voice in my head that says, you have to have this ready for later. This is a later intent. So I really named this Afterlife Insurance. Let's have that discussion before we go. People have every kind of insurance that you could ever imagine under the sun. You've got car insurance, house insurance, life insurance, pet insurance. I mean, you can get homeowners insurance, you can get car insurance, you can get an open inland marineland policy, which is a mobile insurance policy. People have every kind of insurance. You can get pet insurance now on your pet. They've got every kind of insurance that you can imagine. But my question for you is, do you have any, not for your children, that's life insurance for them after you die, your family members. That's a will, that's life insurance. Do you have any afterlife insurance? That's for you. That's for you. Listen, you need to put up insurance for yourself. And it's not about self-will, but one day that after insurance is like, God, I'm going to die someday. And everything I do here will come to a result. And if I pay now, I will receive my reward later. If I spend if I use my insurance now, remember, if not that, if I have, but that insurance that I'm putting up is not for now, it's for later. If I need it for later, it's there because I need it. So I can't spend it now. Otherwise, I won't have that insurance for later. That's the afterlife insurance. That's for you. I don't see many people putting up afterlife insurance. They got every kind of insurance under the sun, but they haven't put that insurance up for themselves. Because see, when you stand there with Father, the Most High I am, and Christ Shiloh in flesh for judgments. Remember, if you don't have him as your insurance, then you're going to put yourself under the Old Testament, and you're not going to be fulfilled under that covenant of the new for the sins of the world. You won't have that afterlife insurance that you need. Everything that you're doing on this rock today is going to lead to a final judgments, where if you have the insurance, you'll be covered. If not, you're going to be put under the Old Testament, where the wages of sin, one, was death. So you need to be girded in his service so that there's something for you after you die. And you can't have your cake and eat it too. You can't serve two masters. He said, you can't serve self, mammon, flesh, and the Most High Father. You can only serve the world. He said, be in it, but be not. You can only serve the world. You can only serve the word. See, people get caught up. Whether it's the word is Father. You have to serve the word. You have to have a relationship with every word in that scripture. And if you do that, then your treasure awaits. You have to endure to the end to be saved. See, everything you're doing now is for after you die. And I don't know why people don't get that. Everything you're doing at this moment in time is to put up some kind of security, some kind of insurance that after you die, you will be rewarded for your suffering that you paid now. You paid the price, so therefore you will receive interest or your inheritance for your suffering. And you put up the insurance. You didn't spend your savings. You waited and you endured to the end. And that's when you received your inheritance. It's called afterlife insurance, not life insurance, not pet insurance, not rent insurance, not homeowners insurance, not house insurance, but afterlife for you. Everything you are doing right now, everything you are doing right this moment is going to be rewarded after you die. That's why you must die to self daily. Deny yourself, die to flesh, spiritual death, daily, take up your cross, daily suffer, so that when you suffer, you'll receive your inheritance after you die. It's called afterlife insurance. I've never heard anybody ever talk about that. It's not something you can go down and sit with an insurance broker. This is between you and Father in Shiloh. See, he's going to make sure that you're covered. The covering, like insurance coverage, get it? If you don't have a coverage, if you don't have Shiloh, you're going to put yourself in a wreck, or the Old Testament sin was death, and you're done. You need the insurance. You need to have a crown. See, if you this is the insurance right here. This is the insurance right here, brothers and sisters. This crown, right, is the insurance that you have, that you set at the feet of Father. It's what you paid. It's what you paid so that you have afterlife insurance. Otherwise, you're screwed. You have no mediator and you have no coverage. And that coverage is who? Who is the coverage? Who is your coverage? Because under the Old Testament, Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, and Deuteronomy, one sin was death. And we've all fallen short of the word, which is Father in flesh, Hokadesh, Spirit, Ghost, Shiloh, right? See? Your insurance is for afterlife, not this life. People don't want to pay for it now. Therefore, they will not receive their inheritance after they die. They didn't pay the price. They didn't have the coverage. Are you in good hands? Are you in good hands? So just put up some afterlife insurance, brothers, sisters, please. Because what you're doing now really does matter after you die. People forget that. Like, what I do now is not, if you're an atheist or something like that, you probably don't care, right? You're not, but us that care are like, well, I really care about what happens after I die. I know I'm not going to go away. I know I'm eternal, so I'm not going to get away without being accountable. I want to be with Shiloh. I want to have that name called out. I want to have my works and not by faith or by works, but by faith in Father, that I was girded in his service. I was girded in Shiloh's service, so that when he comes back to redeem his bride, that that I paid the same price as he paid. He said, follow after me. So you're going to have to sign up and remember OCD. You too could for free 99 could be OCD just like me. Call now, call now, call now. The first 5 million callers. No, the first fifth of a caller or something, a fraction. So, okay, there's no free 99. I'm just kidding. But brothers, sisters, we need to think about what we're here doing. And I don't know how many people get up every day and go, man, all I care about is dying. Well, what do you mean? You're wasting your life? No. I care about what happens after I die more than whatever happens here. I know I'm going to suffer here. He says I have to suffer like he suffered. Ellipsis, tribulation. He was hung. Does anybody want to hang you? Does anybody want to nail you? Anybody want to put holes in you? We got to do what he did. And so when we see that, we discover that, we're like, oh, okay, well, see, I'm not here to do what the world tells me to do, because if I do what the world is telling me to do, then I'm going to be loved by the world. And he says, if you're loved by the world, you'd be hated by my Father. We're here to be hated. And remember, he reminded us, the world, that they hated me before they hated you. So if you're not hated by the world, then you're not Christ-like. And that's what the problem with most people, they don't understand, that the life insurance that we're doing is for after we die. They're going to say horrible things about you. They're going to do things and make you, feel like you're horrible and terrible and you're some kind of bad person because you won't do what they're doing. But that's the price you pay. That's the insurance that you're putting up right now. That if I don't do what the world's doing, that I will be received whatever that they persecuted me for. Whatever I suffered, he will right. Whoever hurt me, he will heal. Whoever wronged me, again, he will right, but not until after I die. After I die, afterlife insurance. So I hope you're putting some afterlife insurance out, brothers, sisters. You're already supposed to be denying yourself daily and dying to self daily. So, when somebody dies, because he was the testor, there was an old will, old covenant, old testament. He made a new covenant and a new testament. He was the testor of that will, was he not? You ever filled out a will? Remember? And you fill out for your possessions that you receive after you die for your insurance. He was the testor of that will. It was a new living will and testament. By faith we are saved, right? Legs on faith, believing in me. That's our insurance. That when somebody fills out a new living will and testament, a will to receive the inheritance, somebody's gonna die to receive the inheritance of the heir, right? Are you denying yourself, dying to self every day, self, so you can receive your inheritance after you die, some afterlife insurance? He was the testor. He hung from a tree. He paid that price in flesh and in blood and in sacrifice and fee and fine and ritual to cover his bride, so they'd have that insurance cover for the sins of the world after they died, correct? Afterlife insurance. Hallelujah. Yep, he said, be in it, be not chosen, means many are called, but few are chosen. That is the word predestination, prohorizo. That's right. They hated you before they hated me. Thank you, James. That's what it says. So, brothers, sisters, you're not here to be nice. The word nice means to be stupid. It says, if you're loved by the world, you be hated by my Father. If you deny me in front of your friend, Peter, remember, in front of your friends, your family, in this modern day social media, I'll deny you in front of my Father. So you're not supposed to be here you're here to be persecuted as he was. You're here to suffer as he suffered. That's the word thalipsis. It's long suffering. The other Jesus is peace and prosperity. He said, do not think I came to bring peace. I came to bring a sword of division that would divide. Divide. Not peace. Those who say peace and safety, sudden destruction will come out for those who call for peace. Look at what's going on in this rock today, huh? Antichrist much, Jezebel much. Many are called, but few. Oligos is the word. Oligos are chosen. Very few are chosen because very few are willing to go through the narrow willing, because they don't do Father's will. They do self will. and they don't narrow self, so they enter through the broad way, which is no knowledge. Hell. Hell is the wide gate. That's what hell is, because you didn't deny yourself daily, take up your cross daily, and follow after me. Remember, they were hated and persecuted. Every apostle died a martyr's death. Remember? John, right? Remember? Peter, Paul, even Paul. Remember? John was sent to the island of Patmos. Which John? There were two Johns. Remember the Baptist John they sent to the island of Patmos? Peter was crucified upside down because he denied Christ. John was crucified on an axe, and Christ was crucified on a tree. That was their favorite way to crucify a man, was to stretch him back so he couldn't breathe. That's how he fulfilled the final celebration, fee, fine, ritual, and custom, and he paid in price with not only blood, but the unblemished, without a broken bone in his body, the unblemished sacrificial lamb, making the perfect sacrifice. Are you sacrificing as he did daily? When he was here, absolutely he did, for 33 years, right? 33 spines in your thoracic and lower lumbar, like raising the Jurassic dead spine to reach the Christos, the Holy of Holies, that pineal. I don't know if you see what I'm saying. He said, I come quickly in Revelation 3:11, let no one take your crown. I'm not sure if you're red-eyed to go, but he said, have your loins girded in my service. Remember, hot or cold, I'll vomit you from my mouth. Remember, he comes back with eyes of fire and feet of fire. He doesn't like lukewarm. He throws all the hypocrites, unbelievers, and the lukewarm religious. Doesn't matter if you're Christian, Catholic, Baptist, Presbyterian, Mormon, or all of them are vain. He said, the house of the Father is not in temples. Remember, the ellipsis, tribulation, the kingdom of heaven is within. Christ in you. That's right. The kingdom of heaven is not in the sky. The kingdom of heaven is not in a temple, but the kingdom of heaven is the aletheia. It's the thalipsis. It's the theologos. It's the hokadesh. It's the suffering. Father is suffering under this testament, not peace. Peace is antichrist. We must go through much tribulation, Paul said, to receive that kingdom of heaven. And that's what awaits, but only if you're willing to suffer by Father's will, not of your own. That's porneia. No free will, no luck, no planets. So I better spit on out of here, right? Before I run out of battery. Thanks for letting me share it with you sometime. Oh my goodness, I just crushed my battery. All right, love you, brothers, sisters. Got to go. Links are in the description if you want to support the ministry. You don't have to be a part of this ministry. Love you. I didn't realize I just ran my battery down to like 5%. So I might be able to get some in the morning. If not, love you, brother, sister. I'll see you guys on the next broadcast. That means to sow seeds. Don't go to sleep. Spiritually, you need to get some rest, okay? But the enemy came and sowed seeds while you're sleeping, okay? So don't go to sleep. I'll see you on the next High Desert Faith and Truth Ministries HD Fat, where we go over this fat. That's where it's at. All right, Pastor Revelation, Pastor Apocalypse. Whoa.